Hi, welcome to Laura's View and Tarot 2. I am really glad you're here. Today's date is Friday the 13th of September 2024. In this video, we're going to go down a rabbit hole, but not very deeply, and I want to explain what I'm talking about. I read something on an alt media site, and I'm going to tell you where I found it and what I read, and my share screen today is going to be a little more lengthy than usual. I just thought I'd give you a heads up about that. But it had embedded in it some potential good news that I wanted to ask the tarot cards about it. Now, why I say we're not going really deeply down a rabbit hole, there are, I acknowledge, many secret societies that have operated for a long time on our plane of existence. Absolutely. It is not my job to tear them down. I just simply acknowledge their existence, just like I acknowledge the existence of evil. And I have healthy respect and intelligent respect for the power that's wielded by evil. That doesn't mean, I don't go play in traffic, okay? I don't play with matches. I don't play with the tarot cards that were designed by Aleister Crowley. I don't play with Ouija boards. There's energy I just simply don't go near. And there's topics that I simply need to know the broad brushstrokes of a topic without delving into it, because sometimes there's topics, if you dive into them too deeply, now if they're loving and light filled and joyous, it's great. But if they're dark rabbit holes, you can get sucked in. And I don't want to get sucked in, and I don't want you to get sucked in. So if you get curious about the topic of this video today and do a little research, I just advise you to do so prayerfully and carefully, and just ask yourself, really, how much detail do you need to know to say, hey, this exists, and this may be where their current status is. That's what we're doing in this video. Okay, so the secret society I am referencing here is the Mothers of Darkness, and there's some chatter on alt media that they have had a surrender. Now, I'm going to take you to a compilation. It's really interesting because even as I was compiling this, the information changed. Luckily, I had a cut and paste. So I want to show that to you. And again, just saying, you don't play with matches. You can acknowledge their existence, and but you don't have to play with them. So let's go to that share screen, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. And then we're going to just ask if that chatter on alt media is accurate, and if there's other insights and information the universe wants us to know. Okay, here we go. Share screen coming up with all sorts of luck, hopefully. Okay, now I have a thumbnail here. I think it's a little optimistic. It says, evil can no longer exist at the new higher vibration on Earth. That's why all of this is happening. Earth is no longer a hospitable environment for the vibrations of evil. Welcome to the part where love rules all. Now, I say that this is a little optimistic because I think the word here, instead of exist, should be flourish. I do think evil is much less in our plane of existence, and that there are wonderful forces on Earth and off that are restoring some purity and love and higher vibration to this Earth and helping us go places we only dream of right now. But I would say I like the last part of it. I agree with it completely. Earth is no longer a hospitable environment for the vibrations of evil. Welcome to the part where love rules all. I think that's a beautiful, beautiful saying. Well, I was reading, I went to eraoflight.com. I have a link for you down here embedded in this comment here. And they had shared a recent posting by Benjamin Fulford. I am not necessarily recommending or not recommending Benjamin Fulford. There are times that he has insights and information that are valuable, but in my personal opinion, Laura's view of it, you have to use your discernment, because some things just don't ring true or don't happen as he said, and controlled opposition comes to mind when I think of the man, but that doesn't mean I don't read some of what he puts out and find some value in it. Absolutely. And I recommend you to do the same with all sources that you explore in your quest for truth. Okay, now in part, that's why I have the ... here. Here's what he said. I just need to read it, so it's going to take a while. We contacted white hat sources around the world and learned this was in fact the black hat operation to evacuate the Dutch royal family and many other top Satanists to Patagonia. The Khazarian Mafia had bought 1,000 miles of coastline in Patagonia, and many of them are now fleeing there and counting on Argentine President Javier Milei to provide them with protection. Now, he was talking about there had been a IT outage that was pretty pervasive in the Netherlands in last week. Okay, and then he goes on to say the head of MI6 gave us the backstory saying the Dutch House of Orange Nassau is the satanic control center. The Queen of Netherlands was a monster. I agree. That's Laura View. She was the head of a satanic cult called the Mothers of Darkness. We had her on massive crimes in Yugoslavia, which was a blood sacrifice. She was 1,000,000 times worse than Bush. Horrific. We have them on the run. To my knowledge, she was probably the worst mass murderer after the late Queen, but they had a club between them like playing cards. They killed for sport. The various Venetian black noble families oftentimes used their service staff for sex and sacrifice, usually some kind of sex kill cult. It was all controlled by the Vatican. So there's a lot of drops there you may or may not agree with. But let's just go with the nugget of truth here is that there is a secret society called the Mothers of Darkness, number one. And then number two, guys, let's accept as probable fact that they have purchased some land in Patagonia and have tried to depart there and set up camp there. Okay, he goes on to say, and this almost contradicts that Asian secret society sources confirm the head of the Mothers of Darkness cult has surrendered and that a cleanup operation is underway in South America. So in other words, they were trying to relocate here, but because of a surrender, boom, they're still getting picked up even in South America. Now then here's where it got a little intense today. I just did a basic search using my Brave search engine for Mothers of Darkness Society. Here's what came up. Luckily, I cut and pasted it. Not all of it, just the part that interested me. Based on the provided search results, there are two distinct entities referred to as Mothers of Darkness. Illuminati's female branch, according to modern fundamentalist books condemning the Illuminati. Why wouldn't we? This branch is headquartered in a castle in Belgium. Members wear veils and black robes with different colored linings to indicate their rank. Their symbolism includes the 1,000 points of light, the 8-pointed star, and orchids. Chateau d'Amois, I hope I said that right. Mothers of Darkness, this is a real-life castle in Belgium. Again, they kind of intersect here. The castle as a place, the Mothers of Darkness as a secret society that probably meets at this castle. Anyway, this is a real-life castle in Belgium, rumored to be connected to a secret society. The castle's ownership and purpose are shrouded in mystery, with no publicly available information on its current occupants or usage. Some speculate it might be owned by a lodge or secret society. It goes on to say key points. Key points. The Illuminati's female branch is associated with a castle in Belgium with specific symbolism and attire. Chateau d'Amois, Mothers of Darkness, is a real castle in Belgium with unclear ownership and purpose. Both entities share the name Mothers of Darkness, but their nature and affiliations appear distinct. Okay, this is what changed. After I clicked on this and went back to it later, the key points are totally changed, and they're emphasizing now this both that secret society and everything is fictional. So I thought that was really interesting. Wanted to share it with you. Okay, I'm going to stop the share here. I'll have a link to that compilation in the video description box if it interests you. Again, that last item is no longer available in that current form. You can see how they've changed it, trying to emphasize the fictionality of it, which tells me there's something to it. Why do I say that? Because it's no secret that when Rachel Chandler, who was convicted of procuring little ones and other crimes like that, when searches were done for that, what mostly comes up, and it will to this day, are the characters from the former sitcom Friends, because there was a Rachel, there was a Chandler. There was a reason for that. That way, the information for the real Rachel Chandler, who had crimes against little ones, was way down, buried down after pages and pages and pages and pages of searching. When I tried to search for Mothers of Darkness, a similar event occurred. Apparently, there is a book about a fiction book and a movie. that have used that in the title. And even though I tried to put some qualifiers on it, like secret society, cult, whatever, I kept getting the media stuff. So it reminded me way too similarly of what happened when I was trying to find out information about Rachel Chandler. Same thing for this secret society. Like I said, but with all due respect for, forces of both the light and the dark, I simply want to, in this video, ask if there is, because I try to focus on the light. So I want to ask if that reporting in alt media that there has, and that reportedly came out of MI6, that the Mothers of Darkness, the leader, has surrendered, and that there is, some consequencing going on. If there's accuracy in that, plus additional insights and information the universe wants us to know. So let's go. And I want that information to be absolutely clarity, to have total clarity and not be obscured or veiled in any way. So we want the information shared with us as if we were on the inside, on the other side of the veiling, or prior to any veiling that happened to the information. What would the universe have shared with us? Let's find out. I'm going to switch the camera, work with cards, and we'll discover together if there is some hopeful truth in this alt media chatter, that there has been a surrender by the leader of that secret society. Let me switch the camera, work with the cards, and we'll find out together. Okay, I've pretty well articulated where we're going with this, but I'll do it one more time as I work with the cards in front of you so you can see that we're getting cards that are not picked by me, but truly by the universe. So there's alt media chatter that the Mothers of Darkness, the leader, that's a couple of cards, so I'm not going to even worry about them, has surrendered. And we want to know if there's truth in that reporting, plus additional insights and information. What I also read was that over a year ago, there were lots of dark energy society members, etc., that were given an out, and that happened on the continent of Antarctica. And some chose to stay and fight. And so I don't know if that's what's going on here, is we have some remnants that thought they could win, now realize they can't, or they're finding this improved plane of existence with the higher vibration so many of us put out, and the love that we embrace and send out is making it difficult to flourish, if that's what's going on. We're going to find out here in just a second. Okay. No, I didn't need to shuffle the cards that much, but I was shuffling while I talked, and the universe was doing its thing while I did too, I'm sure of it. Let's find out what's going on. We have the Chariot moving process. We got a confirmation of the Patagonia aspect of that group right there. Okay, and it's a major arcana. Then we have the Seven of Wands, Page of Cups, Queen of Wands, Judgment, the Fool, and the Five of Pentacles. Okay, so we have 3 out of the initial 7 cards are major arcanas, which is statistically significant because the major arcanas are just about a little over a fourth of the deck. So when you get the skewed proportions of them, it's telling you it's an important question. Absolutely telling you. So let's look at what we've got here, and I'm going to share my insights as I go here. Now, first of all, I already shared with you this. This card told me right away that the Mothers of Darkness, they were trying to relocate members, and probably other members of deep state, shenanigans gangs might have been trying to join them. Okay, they were hoping that they'd find some safety there, even though they knew they were facing some challenges. They are definitely in retreat mode. That doesn't make them less worthy of respect and consideration and protecting your energy and etc. from them. Let me tell you, I did a lot of prayer before I started this video. So recent past, we have Page of Cups. That's telling us, again, we've got my eyes are being drawn to the water here. Yeah, they did. They've done some relocating. They were hoping that for some safety and a nice surprise in the process. Queen of Wands is what's happening right now, okay? And she is a very strong female energy. It's kind of interesting that she shows up here since we're asking about some a female based secret society and their current status. Now, the Queen of Wands is a card that indicates, besides the strong female energy, that there is a lot of, she's almost brutally honest, number one, and just talking about the strength that this membership has. Again, just saying, you know, regard it with some respect and consideration. Okay, they have some strength, but the reality, the honesty of what's going on is they've had to relocate. That things aren't going as well as they planned, and we see that because in the near future, yes, many of them are getting picked up. These members, they are being held accountable for misdeeds, and there's some, as I call it, consequencing, because that's a word that I made up and won't be caught by any fact AI items. So they are facing some, absolutely. And so even though they've tried to reestablish themselves in a new place, it's not working out well for them. Now, they willingly did it. Those that stayed, those that didn't capitulate when they had the chance, they were willing to, they thought they were still on a path of success and power, and they willingly have gone through all this, but it's not going well for them. Let's get 4 more cards and see what else the universe wants us to know. We've got a confirmation that yes, they did try to relocate in Patagonia. We've got just to have, again, as I've said, a healthy respect for the power that the powers that they, I think, foolishly wield. Because I don't play with evil. So, but we need to respect that and just know that in the near future, things have worked out in such a way that many of them are facing some judgment. Okay, we've got the 10 of Wands, the Devil, King of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles, giving us again a further confirmation that yes, with this nugget of information from Benjamin Fulford, there was truth in that reporting that they had worked on a relocation and stuff. We already had it showing up here, but we got the Ace saying, yes, indeed, absolutely. Now, this is interesting. The 10s in tarot indicate kind of an ending, an end of an era, and then the Wands are kind of an action type thing. They're very fast moving. So yeah, things are coming kind of to a culmination point for this society, which means the less they're free to engage in the acts that they used to engage in, the more of our little ones are safe. That's a good thing. Absolutely. The powers that they tried to wield were dark. We knew that. Okay. The change, this also in the Devil card quite often indicates some change going on, a long, slow change often. And so, yeah, their loss of power has been gradual. It's been more of an erosion than any kind of quick lessening. And what we have, and that's going to continue because that's near future for them. So things don't look good for that society. They look great for us looking in on it, saying, hey, since they engaged in practices that harmed life and innocent life, you know, we're glad to see this news. Now, King of Pentacles is our final card here, showing up with the Ace of Pentacles. So Pentacles, again, tangible. In other words, there's going to be demonstrable change going on here. And the King of Pentacles is talks about success. So the cleanup that's going on is going to be successful. So yes, she did surrender. The cleanup of the membership is going to be successful. They are going to face some judgment. And like I said, the less that they can engage in their prior practices, the more innocent life is safe. And that's what it's all about, keeping our little ones safe. That's why I went ahead and made this video, even though I could tell that there was some energy trying to get in the way of it. And also, as I was doing this video, I noticed that some of the sources I was being directed to had been taken down. So this is, again, a group that really doesn't want to be in the spotlight. Let's recap. I shared with you some explorations I did today as I was deciding to come up with this video topic. And I like to do that. It kind of shows you what got me curious or what I got. Hey, I'd like to find out if this hopeful information is accurate, that kind of thing. There had been some reporting on alt media, and I shared with you where I saw it. That the Mothers of Darkness, a Illuminati type of secret society for females, had surrendered. The leader had surrendered. Now, and that they were being consequenced. And so, as I said, we did a real quick look at what that group might be about, but that wasn't the focus of this video. I don't need to know the details. I don't want to know the details. I just take this fact that they exist, that they engaged in things that harmed innocent life, and that as we did the read, we found out too that the chatter that they had purchased that the Khazarian Mafia had purchased a long strip of land in Patagonia on the continent of South America, that they were trying to relocate there. So, and I'm sure not just them, because, but anyway, so we asked, is there truth to that rumor that there's been a surrender and there's being some kind of a gathering and consequencing for some of those membership, and plus additional insights and information? Well, it came along late in the read, but we absolutely got a hard yes, that is accurate. Both the fact that there is land that the Shenanigans gang is trying to hope will be a final refuge or maybe a final staging point, as they battle. But the light is, and vibration that we are putting out is making it difficult for them to flourish. So they really are kind of making their last stands going on. The Chariot card, I laugh because this is a card that comes up when there's a move in progress. So boom, right there, we got the confirmation that Patagonia, yeah, they were trying to move there. And then we got the yes card that yes, there had been a surrender and there's some cleanup in process. We also got the Judgment card for this group for the near future. So they are facing some consequences for some of the actions they have chosen to engage in. And they were hoping that starting out in a new place, they could regroup and what have you, but it doesn't look like it's going to go that way for them at all. We had a lot of cards indicating that there's an ending, that is gone. And indeed, as I shared with you with that thumbnail, as our plane of resistance is changing, people are waking up, people are learning how to embrace and hang on to high vibrational states of mind and being, and learning, that love really is the answer. We do need warriors, okay? But our biggest weapon is love, and just having our eyes open to information, even on tough topics, and saying, I want this resolved in the best possible way. I want little ones to be safe. I want our world to change in all positive ways that were intended for us originally. And so we are doing our part, but we're doing it with intentions and keeping our vibration up and just wielding love, because it is so powerful. So, but to those that are boots on the ground and doing the hard work for us on the judgment end of things, let's also hope that they remain safe and steadfast and true to their purpose. That's it for this video on this Friday the 13th, as we looked at a rather dark secret society and some chatter that's going on about them. And got some encouraging news from the cards as a result of that. So until next time, which may not be until we're doing the meditation on Sunday, I've got a notice up so you can ask to be contacted. Don't count on it. My channel sometimes gets less than fair treatment. And so remember, the third Sunday of every month, 2 o'clock Eastern time, 7 o'clock London, and you can figure out your time, we do a meditation. So don't just wait for that. Put that notice on your phone or write yourself a sticky note if you want to be part of that, okay? So, and I do record it as I do it, so you can watch later and send that beautiful energy of yours back to us. So don't worry if you don't miss, if you miss it. But also, like I said, don't count on being notified in a prompt and timely fashion. So come up with a plan B to remind yourself to be part of that meditation. And you ask, what is that topic? Just a reminder, we are tired of the nanny state, of both sides of what's going on here, both ends of the spectrum, deciding how much truth we can handle and how quickly we can handle it. And I'm tired of having both ends of the spectrum be our nanny. I want truth. And in my experience, as a mother, as a grandmother, as a human, as a former teacher, when you put too much information out in front of someone, they absorb what they can. So let's just stop the nanny state, because that makes you easily seduced into continuing to wield power you were not trying to gain to start with. So yeah, I want the nanny state to end, and I'm going to have a meditation focusing on that happening in the best possible fashion. And I'd love it if you could join me, because, when we join together with united in purpose and focus, it does make a change for the energy that is put out in our plane of existence. Sounds a little wooey if you're new to all this. Apologize if you are, but I'm just going to tell it like I know it is, and with my current set of knowledge, hey, and that can change. More facts and information come out, I assimilate and daily learn new things, and I hope you do too. But what I do know is, until next time, if you're willing to receive it, I send you love and light and wish for you everything bright.